So if I unplug this, can you hear me now? So if I unplug this, can you hear me now? Okay, great. We're just going to accept that. So hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So we're going to go out and we're going to go do some stuff with the bees. On this spectacularly lovely day. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Sorry I have not been doing the chicken stuff lately. I've had a lot of stuff on tap. So current temperature is 70 degrees or 20 C. So I've been having a lot of stuff I've been working on and just not really had the opportunity to grab the camera and continue on. But here we are. Let's peek up at the sky. It's beautiful. Okay, is anybody there? Is it fixed or did it completely lose the internets? If anybody's out there in internet land, that can let me know what happened. Awesome. Thank you, Mark. So we've got the one of the bee tools, and I'm trying to remember where I put the rest of them. We're gonna walk up and look in the shed real fast and see if I stuck them up there. If not, we'll walk back to the house again and we'll get that addressed. So okay. We're probably just gonna have to do it without the tool. I can probably do everything with this bee tool today, because I have no idea where the other one is. So, but as you guys see, the leaves are starting to come out of the trees, pop out and look like real leaves. Everything's bloomed and just a spectacular day. Really, one of those days you can't really complain about. So I haven't got the two bees. For those that are trying to get that would like the backstory of the bees. So the bees that we're going to be, I've had these ones for roughly about 2 weeks now. So I've inspected them once a week, every week. So is that Joey? Yeah, I would say we're pretty much at the point of spring now. I would say that I would call this spring. It's warm today, Mark. It's 20. It's 20 here today. So it's fairly warm. 70 for those that use Freedom measurements. So it's a pretty warm day. Got some of the baby bunnies. There's one of the baby bunnies hanging out right there, just chilling inside Sylvia's pen with the ducks. So this is the first, yeah, spring has sprung. So this is the first one we're going to be working on. So let me get you guys here on the gimbal. Or let me attach my gimbal to my stand. Okay. Okay, so spin the camera around. So what we're going to be doing today is I just want to show you guys. See, again, this is all I'm wearing. I'm going to tuck because I keep forgetting. Okay, so all I did is I just tucked, if you guys want to see how silly it looks, I tucked my hair back there. So the idea, we're getting into the beehive. You guys see, not wearing any gloves, short sleeve shorts. I'm actually wearing shorts as well. So just to show you guys, just to show you absolutely how safe it is actually to get into bees and nothing you need to worry about. And just have my nifty bee tool. So this is one of the bee tools. This should do everything I need it to do. So while we're in here, we're going to be looking to try to see if we can find the queen. We're going to see if she is starting any good lay pattern, and we're going to see what kind of work they've been doing. So that's kind of the goal of what we're doing today with this hive. This is the these are the garden bees, or the bee garden. So these are part of the BG group. Get it? BGs. Ha ha ha. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot funnier for me. So we're gonna get in that. We're gonna get on in that and do some inspections, and I will talk to you guys as we continue on. So I'm gonna try to keep my eye out of the camera so that I can answer questions. But if I miss a question, or you have something that I don't seem to answer and you're just kind of going with the flow and you're real interested and you're not part of our Discord, !Discord, and you can join on there, and we talk about a variety of cool stuff, but you can definitely get on there and ask me bee questions. So let me get you guys up close and personal again. So you guys can see there's plenty of bees in here. This is the top frame. We're just going to be taking this entire box off. Actually, I'll probably check to see if the queen's in here first, and then we'll check. She shouldn't be up here, but there is a chance, since there's drawn comb up here, that she could be. So we're going to be checking. We're going to be up here first, seeing what's going on, and taking out probably that waterer. I mean, that feeder that's up here, because we're probably not going to need it. Because we should be starting in. We should be starting into the area where they're going to be able to get all the stuff that they need. So again, the whole thing we're doing up here is I just want to make sure that the queen didn't decide to come up here and hang out, which I don't think she would have, but there is always the chance that she will. So what we're doing is we're just looking. Okay. So we're good to go so far. So I'm going to get down here. We're going to go into the next box. Got a little bit of syrup left. So this is the thing that keeps track of the temperature and such. So I'm going to put it here to the side. Okay, I'm going to need to move you guys just a bit so you guys can see well, and so I can also get in here and get everything accomplished that I need to get accomplished. I'm going to pop you guys right there. Bring you down just a little bit. Perfect. You're good to go. So I'm going to take one frame out, usually this frame right here. They're really starting to draw the comb out, which is good. So only need to take one frame out. So I'm just going to set this one frame to the side right here. Now we're just going to go through. So most likely the queen's going to be somewhere in the middle, but I'm going to start on this end. I'm going to check this one, see what's going on there. Okay, going to need the tool because they're already starting to glue this one in good. Okay, you see some honey and some honey, so it's all good. I'll pop this one back in here. Next, we're going into the next one. Ooh, we got some non-capped honey in this one. Okay. Don't see the queen over here, so we're good to go. Nothing crazy's happening. So this next one, this next one I'm going to get into is a high probability of where the queen's going to be. So I'm going to be kind of careful with this one. Oh, look at that. Look at all that, guys. See all that white right there? There's lots of larvae. She is laying well. Very, very well. I'm happy, very, very happy to see that. Nice circle pattern. You kind of guys look right there in the center. It's nice there in the center. I don't see her just yet. She might be on the other side, but yeah, lots and lots of stuff going on here. Good, good, good. Now we're going to look on this side. Lots of larvae over here as well. Future bees. I don't see her yet, but I'm just happy to see all of that bees. Very happy to see all those future bees, man. Very good. We're going to start on this side, see if we see her. See some larvae over here, some future bees being born over on this side. Still don't see her just yet. A little bit of larvae, a few things overgrown on this side. Again, we're in the center. This is kind of what I expected. Surprised I'm not seeing her. But again, we still got a couple more frames in. And it is a good chance I could have missed her when we were going the other way. But so far, so good. Happy to see the... Let's give that a second, guys. I bumped that a little harder than I wanted to, and sometimes when I bump them, I'd rather give them a second to cool down. See some dancing over here. Maybe she's over here. Again, everybody's looking good. Still surprised I haven't found her yet. I would have thought I would have found her by now. Oh, there she is, right there. You guys see her? Lost her again. Give me a second. Okay, right center of the screen. You guys can see the queen right there, exact center. So she's looking good. Found her pretty easily. Now that I know where she's at, I'm gonna put this here. So we found her. We're happy about this on some really nice patterns. So I'm gonna put this back in since that was kind of the whole purpose of what we were in here to do. I'm gonna put this one right here in the middle. So we're good there. Scoot this back into its spot where it goes. I usually keep that about right there. I will need to, I do need to remind myself when I watch this again. Yeah, she is really, Mark, she is only about 1.5 times bigger, that's true. Let me see if I can grab a drone, I'll show you. I'll grab one maybe in the other one. I'm gonna put this back in. There's still just a little bit left in this, so I do think I want to add this back. No reason to wasting it, letting them just let them suck all that out. Put that back on. Okay, so we've got, this one was pretty good. And put my rock back on, just so. Okay, so that was pretty good. Let's, we're gonna go over and check out the other guys now. We're gonna go see the other beehives and see how it's doing. I got my tool. The ducks are down here in the muddy mud pit. And we're gonna head on up. So yeah, good. Really, really glad to see that she laid quite a few larvae in the past week. Everything was looking good. Still had plenty of eggs, plenty of larvae. The bees were all tending to her very well. Very happy, extremely happy with what I was seeing going on there. So let me get this one lined up a little bit. This is currently the one that if you guys see on the Mavis Pharmacy page, when you guys see the bees, you guys can see the camera. Got it mounted right there. So I'm gonna walk over there again. Actually, I think I'm gonna mount you guys. I'm gonna put you guys on this side for just a second. Spin the, just so you guys know, for those that might be just watching again, I'm getting into the bees and this is what I'm wearing. I have short sleeve shirts on. I'm not wearing a veil. I've got my dreads tucked into the only thing different I did is as my dreads are currently tucked into my collar and I have my top button because I don't really want bees to fly down my collar. That's really the only difference than how I normally address the bees. So anyways, we're gonna get into this hive. Pop that there, camera around. And I'll talk you through this one again. What we're doing is we're looking for the queen. We want to make sure she's good and healthy. We're also going to be trying to see what the count is. We want to make sure that there's a good larvae count. We want to know that the queen is laying well and she's laying good patterns and that she's a good queen. Good. It looks like they've pretty much cleaned it out, which is exactly what I wanted them to do. No, almost. So this was a broken frame. I wanted to make sure that the queen, I just wanted to make sure that everything was going well, and they harvested most of the honey out of this before anything. So I'm just gonna set this guy right here. It'll be fine. If you guys want to see, I don't know if any of you are interested. This is what usually the queens come in. So they come in this little box like this. I just happened to leave this one in here because I didn't have anything else better to do with it. But yeah, the queen usually comes in that little box, and then you open it up and you let her out. So for just to make sure everything's good, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going through the top part first, and we want to make sure that the queen doesn't happen to be up here. She's most likely not up here, but it's always safe. It's always better to go through and just to make sure. See, I can put these. It's not on this one. Not on this one. Perfect. She's not on any of those, so that means I can take this top one off and move it here to the ground. So this is the, like I said before in the last one, what this does is this tells me the temperature and the humidity inside the hive, which can help you address if there's going to be future issues or things of that sort. So that is what that is for. I'm going to tilt this down so you guys get a little bit better view. And I might bring you a little closer now. And a little bit more of a downward tilt, so we can really get in here and talk about what's going on. So I want to try to find one frame that I can just take out, because it makes it easier to move everything around if you can get one frame out. I'm going to stand just so I'm not standing in front of the front door, because sometimes they don't like it if you're standing right in front of the front door. So perfect. Actually, this needs to be replaced. Both of these do. Okay, no queen. Starting to build a little bit, but nothing to shriek. So one of these center ones is going to be most likely where the queen is. Ooh, this one is heavy. Okay, so this is mostly honey. And we got a little bit more on this side, so I'm going to carefully put this one right in here. Okay, we're gonna have to use the tool. So what happens, guys, is they use this wax and they do a good job of gluing the frames together. Pretty amazing, actually, how strong it really is. Okay, so there is some larvae in here. This stuff's too small to be able to show you. But inside there's some larvae. I'm gonna hold it up on this side. I don't see any larvae on this side over here. Oh, I see some eggs, so that's good. We got some eggs over here. No queen, but we got some larvae and some eggs over here, so that's good. Very happy to see that. So I'm gonna guess, my next guess is the queen is going to be on this next one. This is my guess. Okay, there's some eggs in here. Nothing like that other one had. So the queen must be a little bit deeper in this than I thought. I'm gonna put this right back. Okay. So we're going in one more. So this is the high probability now. I really thought we were going to see her on that last one, but this, I will be shocked if she's not on this one. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but you can kind of see there's some white in there. That's the future bees. That's the larvae. I see some dancing, so that makes me think that she's real close. So I don't know if you guys can see the bees kind of doing their little, some of them are dancing a little bit and such like that. Really surprised. Okay. Well, we haven't found her yet. Well, there was eggs. There was eggs and there's stuff going on, so there is a queen in here. We just haven't found her just yet. So based on what this is looking like, she's gonna have to be on this one, or we're gonna have to go back and search again. So I don't really see any eggs on this side. I'm gonna double check just to make sure she's not hanging out here somewhere. I don't initially see her. I'm not really even seeing any larvae over here either. My reaction means that we probably just looked past her. Quick scan of these real fast. I'm not seeing her, so we're going back in here. I'm just gonna peek here just to make sure that she didn't jump. Yep, she's not in these two frames. So she's not in this frame. It's the one we just checked. So we're gonna check this frame again. This was my second guess. This one's got a lot of the larvae in it. I'm not seeing her on my side. Let's see if she happened to be on you guys' side. Let me look at the larvae again, guys. Maybe Now we got some nice larvae up here. Got some little tiny eggs there, so she was here yesterday at least. So I must just be overlooking her. So let's go back to the one that I initially thought she was on. What was my gut reaction? This one was my gut reaction. Maybe we just look past her. Okay, so I'm seeing little bits of tiny larvae in here. That's good. Bigger larvae over here as well. Just really surprised that we're not seeing her. Yeah, this one's got lots of eggs. Oh, here you go, guys. Right there, center. So she's right there. You guys can kind of see her right there in the center of the screen now. That's the queen. So put her back in here. I'm gonna put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So good there. So we're good there. So Super Dave, thank you so much. So much appreciated. And the queen appreciates it as well. Let's see if I can show you a drone. So here is a drone. You guys want to see what a drone looks like? So you see drones have a lot bigger eyes than the other queens do. Just let him fly away. So we don't want to forget putting that in here. That's our temperature gauge. It lets us know what the temperature is and the humidity. That can be super useful. Grab this one. Put this back on top. Off a little bit over here, so let me make sure. Okay. Great. This one gets the brick on top. So, and then we'll put the strap around. Let me move you guys back just a little bit. Guys, show you. We'll put the I'll put the strap around it. Actually, do need to make sure that there we go. That's what I was wondering. It didn't look like the lid was on all the way. Oh, it's important to put our camera back. Like I said, guys, if you the camera that's right there in the corner that you just saw me put back, that's the one that you can visit on the Mavis pharmacy site. If you're following it on DLive, that's where you can watch that on there. So I might tighten that up a little bit more, but in general, that's it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the camera off here, and some of you guys might want to see some baby bunnies. So let's hang out and say hi to some young bunnies here in the spin the camera around. See some young bunnies. Got this little guy. We got a calico in here someplace. Yeah, here we go. I knew I had a little calico. If you guys want to see where the mom baby bunnies, you might find this interesting. Oh, baby bunny. I don't want you to run out here just yet. Go back in there. Okay. If you go down in here, you spin the camera out so you guys can see. So if you guys look, let me see if I can get the camera to go. You guys can kind of see the babies right there. My hand's kind of in the way, I'm sorry. Anyways, there's just a pile of little baby bunnies right there. Okay, and we're back. So, spinning camera around. But yeah, so this is it. This is the mom. The mom rabbit is the one that chose to have them in here. So she decided to have her little baby bunnies inside the duck barn. So you also have baby bunnies, and then you also find eggs sitting around. So that's what is interesting. So yeah, this is where the ducks live, but the bunnies are smart enough to plant some baby bunnies in there. I'll show you guys. We'll spin it around. We were going to turn it into a greenhouse, but it became our little duck house. So you guys see, it's the ultimate in using is multi-source material. So this is greenhouse plastic. This is the underlayment that you normally see on roofs, but it does a great job for roofing material for the winter. It really, really does. So, let's go say hi to Sylvia, since I know it's been a while for most of you, so we'll go over and see what Sylvia's doing. She was laying... Oh, Lisa's feeding Sylvia right now, so we're going to go. So Sylvia will be happy. Ooh, Sylvia's got some watermelons and some oranges.
I'm just glad she's out of bed today. She decided to stay in bed all day yesterday. It was a nice day. Getting her vitamin C and those grinds.
And then
Dog food.
And then her duck friends that are hanging out here.
Later on, you can see her possum friends and her skunk friend.
Okay, so we're gonna continue on down the back way.
I want to let Elvis and those two girls out in the bottom of
Which girls are in there?
the bottom corner. The one that was the white girl is the Charlie one and the calico one.
Well, that Charlie one's been a captive bunny for years.
Huh? No, the new girls.
Oh, well, if you want to let the new girls out, that's fine. I don't know about...
Huh?
I said I don't know what to do about Elvis.
No, I want to give him two girls and put them somewhere so he feels like he's somebody.
Oh, I don't know where to tell you to put them.
Should I, like up there near the top of where the trees start going down? Like over there, near the bees up there?
I mean, but all the bunnies, if you're gonna do that's like leaving them in the same area. You could just release them. It'd just be probably just as good just to release them down by the pond, or down over by those bees.
Maybe in this strip.
Yeah.
It's just Elvis gets beat up.
Why not? But he's still. I mean, unless you take him really far away, he's still gonna get beat up. And if you
take him out to the garden area?
No, and if you take him all the way out there, then right now is a high probability of him getting eaten. So conversations that we have about sometimes when we want Lisa likes to release some of the bunnies into the yard so that they can, be bunnies and do bunny things, and so we have conversations about where to release them so that they're the safest. But bunnies are also fairly territorial, so something that you need to consider if you're going to just release your rabbits around. So here we're walking out to the garden plots is where we're heading right now. This is the market garden area. So I've got a couple things prepared. We're also preparing quite a few garden plots in the lab area. But I just thought I'd walk out this way and show you guys what's been going on over here. Plus I want to show you, my mind's blank, I can't think of what they're called right now, but I'll show you what they look like. And they make really spectacular tea. Violets. They're violets. They make really good violet tea. Plus it's really fun because you can take the violets and you put it into tea and it makes you have blue tea. So it taints your tea blue. So it's really fun. So just a fun little thing to have. So here's the market garden spots. As you guys can see, I've got these two worked on being prepared. I've got these other spots over here that I'm still working on a little bit on. I just haven't had the time to come out and focus on this, since I'm focusing on the smaller ones and working on some plants inside and such. So, but as you see, in the next couple weeks, you'll see this start to transform into some cool things to grow plants and gardens and such. So let me, we're gonna walk down over on the edge right there. Oh, let's do a Nice little panoramic. Or partial panoramic, I should say. You guys can see some of the trees still haven't got their leaves yet. They're still waiting. A couple more weeks. But the early maples have definitely got their leaves down now. Their leaves in place. So very, very fun. Okay, so we're gonna walk down to It is spectacular, awesome here. Thank you. It is absolutely paradise every day. Okay, so this is just actually this is a nice patch. This is a nice little easy to find patch. So what I want to show you guys is these are violets. So you guys can see. I'll get my hands out of the picture and. So there's the violets. Here's what the leaves kind of look like. That's not a very good. So the leaves kind of have like a heart. The leaves kind of have like a heart shape. But anyways, you collect these. You collect the blooms. You collect the blooms and these are edible. They also make really awesome tea. The tea's, especially for women, the tea's good, but the tea is good for men. It helps with urinary tract as well, but it also is very good for women. But you can also eat them raw, but this is what the violet leaves look like. So they taste green. If I had to compare it to anything, kind of like the tops of carrots or parsley. Probably the closest that they taste to. So it's not going to be the tastiest tea that you're going to ever have, but you're going to have blue tea. I'll probably collect some, maybe tomorrow or the next day, soon. I'll go out here and I'll harvest up a bunch, and then we'll do a quick little class on brewing up some tea and showing you how to turn it into a tea. So, just so you know, it does have, when you do eat it raw, it does have a very little bit of a peppery aftertaste. So I forgot about the peppery aftertaste. Another one of my favorite things to eat, if you guys have not eaten them, is dandelions. Now, you can make green spaghetti with these. These are those, the leftover stalks. You can actually cook these al dente, or really light, just really light boil, and they make actually really good. They make actually really good like green spaghetti kind of taste, and you mix it in with spaghetti sauce, of course. It's just really tasty. Also really good for you. Dandelion roots is also really good for you. Now, these part of dandelions don't eat. Not very tasty. You can eat them. I just don't know why you would. But and then let me show you one other thing that I do suggest everyone, especially this time of year. So this is the leaf of the dandelion. The leaf of the dandelion is really, really high in just lots of things that help our immune system function properly. So like, I don't know, I posted it on the Discord. I've posted it on the Discord and I've posted it other places, but I joke around is I don't take experimental drugs, so I don't need to fall to peer pressure to take a vaccine, but I will eat dandelions. So no, you can eat dandelions forever. Dandelions would never make you wet the bed. There'd be no reason for that. Dandelions are just an immune booster. Also, if you guys need to naturally worm your chickens, so your chickens have really bad worms, or your chickens are just, their poop is not up to par what it should be, you can give them dandelions. And what it'll do is it'll get in there and it'll help rebuild their gut health, and it'll stop with the crap that's being built up in their whatever the crap is. Their can't think of where they hold their food, and they hold little rocks and such like that. It has a name, can't remember it off the top of my head. So, but yeah, dandelions, one of the easiest things you can find everywhere. If you don't like eating them raw, if you think it's weird just watching me eat dandelions raw, you can always add these to your. You can always take the dandelions and cut the heads off, and just add them to your salad. So, and there's lots of it's not even woo-woo or even like herbal stuff. You can really look down. Science have known for a long time what the medicinal value is of dandelions. They're probably one of the few like spectacular, like really good for you stuff. So yeah, stinging nettles. Well, actually, stinging nettles are another spectacular food that we should be eating a lot. But yeah, if you take so on stinging nettles, if you take a really thin knife and you cut down the skin on the stinging nettles, and you'll get a little bit of sap. And if you put the sap from the stinging nettles onto you, it'll stop things. It'll stop irritations, skin irritations. It's also just really good for your skin. And actually, stinging nettles is a very tasty food. And if you would dry stinging nettles, and you would dry it and you would braid it up like you would a material. Stinging nettles is actually stronger than hemp. And stinging nettles, it has some really crazy like ability to hold up the stuff. So it's an awesome plant. Also, an interesting thing about stinging nettles that a lot of people may not know about is during Roman times, when they wanted to train their soldiers to keep them marching, or when they were trying to get prisoners to march, what they would do is they would hit the back of people's legs with stinging nettles to keep them walking. And part of the reason is because after you've been hit with stinging nettles like that, you want to keep walking, because if you stand still, it hurts more. But if it doesn't have the same type of pain and such. So here we are back at the violets. You can see it's a nice violet patch. So and you guys can see some good clover here in the field. So we have a really good my hay field, which is a nice mixed orchard mix between orchard grass and clover and lots of other good stuff. Just really generally good for hay. Well, there's one of our rabbits, the one that we named Gaston, or the Phantom of the Opera Bunny. Let me see if it might be a little too far away. Yeah, we're gonna get a little closer before I do that. So let's walk up a little bit closer. You guys can see how cool he is. He's got his so what's crazy though is his face is only white on one side. The other side is black. So he's a true Harlequin. But he's just a cool dude, man. Gaston is his name. He's probably the only one. Gaston's probably the only one that can put Zig Heil to shame and possibly compete with Zig Heil. Zig Heil is the our black bunny who lives up in those patches up there. And then we're back here to where the bee yard is, the bee garden, where we're going to be putting the fire pit. So about where Lisa's at right now is where we're going to be putting the fire pit. And then we're going to be doing, one night a week, we'll be doing some, we'll do some nice outside fireside chats and such.
So they're having the time of their life.
Whenever I get everything set up. Well, good.
I put out the... Fortunately, they're all the siblings. There's just 4 siblings up. There's 2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay.
It's the 2 Charlies,
Yeah.
which is a boy and a girl, and then the Calico and the other one that looks like Elvis.
Okay.
It's a Chi-Chi. You see them?
Yep.
All 4 of them are just running up and down. So, until they get lost.
So these bees were rocking it, man. They had lots of babies. I found the queens.
Oh, nice.
Nice, big, plump. She was just filling up all the empty spots. This one not as good, but still I still found her and still quite a few in there. So
there's a commotion in the handy barn, and I looked in the little hole with the baby bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
And a guinea and something else was in there, and the guinea ran out with something in its mouth. Just a mole.
Okay.
I guess it was getting the moles out of there. They're kind of at a bebopping stage too. Okay, so now there's 2 large enclosures empty. I can separate those boys. I feel better about that. Hope they do all right. We don't have any white guys outside.
No, we'll see. They probably will. Okay, well, unless there's anything else any of you guys would like to see, I think that this was a good productive Sunday. You guys got to see we got to inspect the bees, and they were all doing everything that they needed to do. Oh, some of you know I've been working on a fence. Oh, I guess I'll be fair and I'll show you guys the fence. I'll show you what we've been working on with that fence and getting it in place and getting it lined up. So we'll walk over and look at the fence next. After that, I'll head in. Let's leave that open. So it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but all these new poles had to be put in. I had to take down the old fence, put in the new fence, had to cut all those kind of stuff, measure them off so that they're where they want to go. And then, so we're going to try to be going, we're going to take this fence and maybe we're not going to go all the way around the pond and all the way down that way. I'm not sure exactly about that yet, but it's kind of the goal. So that's the fence that we've been working on. That's the fence that we've been working on down there. And he's got some ideas of possibly doing a cool type of fence like that here. These are the leftover fences that I've been taking down. These are some leftover wood projects. And then you guys can see this is I had to run this back fence in recently. So, and I'm going to have to redo this fence, and then these are my raised garden beds, and we'll have to be readdressing these raised garden beds. But this year, the wind just knocked everything down and some snow and such. So, going to be working on that. But we have the backup fence in there ready to go. And then over here, where we're a little bit closer to the house, we have the higher fence in place. This is what you guys can see from the camera. So, the higher fences and things of that sort. So, and for those that are wondering, right there is where I installed the other camera. We're ultimately going to install the camera up there, but right now that was the easiest way for me to install the camera. Okay, friends, well, I think that's it for the day. So thanks all for joining me on this fun adventure. So look forward to seeing you again very soon. If I don't do another show in the next day or so, we will be doing one Wednesday night. We're going to get back on that habit again. We'll be doing, again, shows every Wednesday night talking about a variety of stuff, mostly talking about how we can make things better and things of that sort. So anyways, friends, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Good to see you, Mark Boggs, and I will see you guys all later. It's the Baron, Doc Justin, whatever you guys like to call me. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, wonderful weekend, and everything else. Adios.